and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of August 24th, 2016. I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
So, we're a little light on news, so I suppose a significant percentage of the episode will be talking about Combiner Wars episodes 3 and 4.
Yes, which is why we put it off last week.
The Duel and Unforgotten.
Yeah. So, before I say things that need to be waited on for that, there has been a new Toys R Us exclusive, that's shown up, that is a Robots in Disguise set with the Starscream who we've seen before. Who, is he redecoed? I guess we just don't know.
Well, wait, maybe the first one showed up at a Toys R Us? I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, that one definitely had a Toys R Us exclusive sticker on it.
Yeah, so it's just that it's rolling out in more stores than just the surprise one, wherever it was.
Okay. And the other thing, of interest is that there is a, redeco of the Scorponok toy as, Scorponok from Beast Wars, basically.
Yeah, it's
Yay.
called, what is it, Paralon or something?
Something like that. Is that maybe some, etymologist or something can tell us if that has some significant,
Anyway,
terminology.
But it's actually coming out before
the
the regular Scorponok toy. It's just,
That's a good point.
yeah, but it looks more like the Beast Wars well, it's got a different head, so it looks more like Beast Wars Scorponok, but it's purple and gray instead of, what the heck color was Scorponok's actual toy? The Beast Wars one?
It was pretty much purple and gray.
Oh, okay. So, there you go.
I mean, it was a very sort of dark, sparkly purple, and I suppose a fairly dark, I think the gray was matte, but yeah, it was pretty much a dark, sparkly purple, but it was purple.
Yeah.
It was very pretty purple. Kind of translucent in places.
It would be nice, but...
But
it's
yes,
a Scorponok.
it is not that kind of dark, subtle, sparkly purple, but he does have a Beast Wars Scorponok head, which is the important part.
And you can mistransform him so he
that's
still
cool.
has pinchy claws.
Yeah, there you go. So, yep, and there's a picture of that on the AllSpark of him transformed in such a way as to retain his scorpion claws in robot mode. So, there you go. There's your updated Beast Wars Scorponok. You know, you would think that Robots in Disguise would have more Beast Wars character crossovers, all things considered.
Yeah.
But I guess not. Especially since, as we've mentioned on Stasis Pod, the Beast Wars and now Beast Machines podcast, there's at least one writer who's crossed over from one series to the more recent series. But, oh well. Other news, this is something that apparently came up, just recently was that at TF Nation?
Yes.
Or was it TF Nation? Yes, the new UK Transformers convention, filling in now that auto assembly is no longer going on. There was a panel with a toy designer from Hasbro with, hey David, you weren't pronouncing this guy's name earlier.
Oh, I have to, I'm gonna butcher it.
I'll do it. I'm the one who takes on the hard names, so
No,
I should do
I'll
it.
try it. Emiliano Santa Lucia. Maybe?
Yeah. That looks about right.
My Spanish
Emiliano Santa Lucia. So yes, he is a Hasbro designer, and he just offhandedly mentioned that they had some kind of storybook, which is apparently on the website as a download.
Yeah,
it's on pulse.hasbro.com.
Hasbro Pulse, which we keep forgetting exists.
Yeah, I think everyone keeps forgetting that exists.
Sorry, Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah.
You tried. Yeah, I mean, I guess we should, watch that sometimes for news. Yeah.
I guess this is technically olds this week then.
Yeah, it's from July. We just didn't notice it.
In other news, laser rods. But it's got the picture that was shared The picture that's going around from it has a very, like, classic Earl Norham, picture book kind of thing going to it. So that's super cool. And apparently it says it's a 4-part comic book style story that shows key Titans return characters in action and sets the stage for the epic battle ahead. Also, David, you had a look through it. I hadn't even seen it until just before we started recording. Tell us at least a little bit about it.
It's got pictures of Titan Master. I haven't actually read Word. I looked at the pictures.
You said there were some bios in there?
Yeah, there's the bios that I think... Wait, there's the tech spec data that's actually on the toys. The bios? No, the bios and the toys are like one sentence. These are multiple sentences like we used to get. A whole paragraph.
Oh, man.
About what dudes are.
Nice.
Not just, oh, this guy hangs out with Blaster. It's like, that's it? That's all we're getting from Stripes?
That's all you're going to tell us about Oh,
Thanks.
I was going to say Rewind.
Oh, Stripes is a technical recon expert who works with Autobot Blaster. That's the only sentence on his actual card, but he's trained in stealth tactics, ferocious. It has more information about the characters and what they're supposed to be other than, hey, it's a toy.
That's actually pretty exciting. I like... Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Interesting to note, in the storybook, their power levels for their 4 stats is out of 20, whereas on the cards that come with the toys, they're out of 10.
Okay.
Interesting. Do they multiply them by 2 then?
Yes.
Okay. So if someone had like a 9 out of 10, they have an 18 out of 20 now?
Yeah, and it's kind of neat. They break down how much of their stats are coming from the headmaster for the characters that have Titan Masters.
Oh yeah,
nice.
That's one thing I like, that they get an added boost from their little heads, and it shows what they get.
Yep. And then the 4 parts are just kind of like 4 what would used to be a back of the box illustration from like G1 with word balloons.
Ooh.
Which makes them actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
Nice. So they get a stat boost from their little Titan Master buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. They have to equip them though. They have to go into their menu and equip them. So World of Warcraft. There's a new expansion coming out. It's a little distracting. I'm sure many of our listeners are also feeling that pain, so. Also David's pain of having to listen to their friends suddenly talking about this thing they haven't talked about for years.
Anyway, I wonder if this was originally intended to be printed and included with toys like they used to do for, like, Armada era, where they'd have, like, that strange jam mini comic.
Yeah.
Yes!
And they just didn't have the budget.
Those were incredibly bad.
Yeah.
So bad they became memes.
Yeah, those were meme-tastic.
I do kind of miss those.
So that's about it for news this week. Other sort of a bordering the line between news and reviews. Sins of the Wreckers is out in trade paperback this week. We all really enjoyed it. It does have a chunk of bonus content, much like the original Last Stand of the Wreckers trade paperback. So if you bought the individuals, there's worthwhile content here. Part of that is just various story notes. There's a pitch for sort of an earlier version of the story that Nick Roche did back when sorry, who was it? It was Andy Schmidt was the editor. And then in crossing over to John Barber taking over editorial, it sort of got lost in the shuffle, but it had a lot of the same elements to it, and there's a lot of stuff about the pitch and the notes and cover stuff, and it's definitely, I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and read all of the bonus content, but it definitely, it's worth having. It's worth taking a look at.
Buy it so Nick Roche will be asked to make more awesome things.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We need him making more things. So, Combiner Wars. I just want to say that in the last 3 episodes, so all but the first episode, there has been a very disappointing lack of actual combiners.
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
Oh.
fight in the first episode, and then there's nothing.
Oh yeah, so
It
like,
would be like if the Transformers the movie had nothing but Lithonians and Quintessons after the fight at Autobot City.
Yeah. It would be like if Transformers the movie was just all about humans. There's that big thing at the beginning. As a side note, I mentioned last week, that Alex had come, to visit me here in scenic Columbus, Ohio. And, we did get in a little bit of G1. And I had been talking when we reviewed the first episode about how great Computron was in the one episode that Computron was actually, like, significant in. And see, I don't know if it's just because I just didn't know a lot, as many authors as I do now. So at the time I didn't notice it, and, in the meantime I hadn't picked up on it, but apparently the one big Technobot episode, which is called Money is Everything, and it's by Jerry Conway, who's like a huge deal comic writer. So I guess maybe that's why they got one really good episode, whereas, for instance, the Aerial Bots got an episode that had a giant purple griffin in it, and then Fireflight wasn't there for no reason until he shows up and they can combine. So yeah, he is like, I mean, that's on par. I know they had, Len Wein did some episodes, or he did at least throughout the series. He's done some stuff. Paul Dini did an episode of G1, so, that's Jerry Conway's also someone who's very, very cool, and I'm very happy that they had a really good, competent writer do the one episode with the Technobots in it.
And I'm also really glad that he showed restraint and didn't have Dirk Manus accidentally snap Marissa Fairborn's neck while trying to save her.
Yeah, that would be, it's like a feminism, but with more murder.
That's impressive, because there's already quite a bit of murder in feminism.
Yeah, that's a good point. There is a lot of that's about murder. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It does make me wonder if he came up with that very particular speech pattern that Computron had, that whether that was actually in the series Bible or if he came up with that, because that was in the first episode of Combiner Wars. And that was the only good thing so far about Combiner Wars.
There were a few things I liked in the fourth episode.
Okay. Talk to us. Tell us about them.
Well, do we want to go through the third episode first, or?
I suppose. The third episode, Optimus Prime gives Windblade a speech while she tries to beat up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fails to beat up on him. And
yeah.
Optimus Prime is being voiced by a guy named John Bailey here.
Mm-hmm.
And he is doing his damnedest to sound like Peter Cullen. But even with the voice flanging, he's only quite hitting the gravitas of Tom from Toonami.
Yeah.
And he only has the emotional range of movie trailer guy, which seems to be a role he does quite a bit.
Yeah, to be fair, Optimus Prime these days does tend to come off kind of as movie trailer guy. Which, I mean, that is what Peter Cullen did for quite a while, was be movie trailer guy. But yeah, Optimus Prime as a character did just feel very like that sort of stiff, characterless Optimus Prime that we get so often. Also, his design in this series, maybe it did come from Devastation, but it's basically the design equivalent of a script that's 2/3 TFTM quotes.
Yeah.
It's just very...
His design and Megatron's are kind of like the really old, were they Revoltex? The non-transforming toys?
Oh.
Yeah.
Where they're
I can see
almost Dreamwave designs, but not quite. They're really blocky.
Mm-hmm.
They're very G1, but with all the detail kind of things.
Yeah.
Yes. And at one point, Optimus does his hand axe thing that, was from More Than Meets the Eye. Not that More Than Meets the Eye. The episode More Than Meets the Eye.
Yep.
And also that came with the first Masterpiece Optimus Prime toy.
And the original toy.
Oh, no, that didn't have the axe, like the
there was a
energy
release
axe?
that had the axe, wasn't there? Maybe a re-release of the original toy had that.
Yeah, I think it's a re-release of the original had that packed in with it. I can tell you the Generation 2 one did not have that because I bought that new in the box. And I remember that did not come with it. No, it came with a voice box that announced to you that he is Optimus Prime. That's much more important. So, yeah, it was just a very standard Optimus Prime design.
And a very standard Optimus Prime war is hell speech. And some really bad fight choreography, not helped at all by the fact that Optimus is basically just dodging.
Yeah.
And not even like fun Jackie Chan dodging, but like just, I will move slightly and you will miss.
Yeah, it was weird fight choreography that like, doesn't feel like Transformers.
It feels like they're going for like a martial arts fight, but they don't have the animation budget.
No. Cause Prime is
what
big
else?
blocky, he doesn't dodge that well.
You know what else seemed like an inferior version of itself was Windblade's characterization.
Yeah, she just wants to murder everyone.
Yeah, she's become...
I think that was a quote.
Something like that. And, I mean, it's just sort of hinted at that something happened on Caminus, and now she wants to kill all the Autobots and the Decepticons because she's very angry about this massacre.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the death of her girlfriend back in the first episode. I don't know.
Seemed like stuff had happened before that, and we weren't getting enough. It's
Yeah.
give us history, not just arguing Prime being a dick.
Yeah.
And this entire episode could have been skipped if Windblade had brought up Starscream having the enigma of combination from the start instead of only after they'd fought for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's very anime in that way. Like they have a fight for no reason, and it could have not happened if somebody had opened their mouth.
And actually, that's true of the next episode, but the character interaction is a lot more fun because...
Megatron.
I mean, Megatron being just a snarky douchebag to Optimus Prime and Windblade kind of getting a kick out of it is such a good character dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, but I could live without like and this is probably just one of those things that I picked up on because it's me. I could live without the like gendered microaggressions, like him telling Windblade that basically that talking doesn't suit her.
Yeah,
and saying something else later that was that same sort of, the sort of thing you wouldn't say to a guy.
Even
the sort of thing.
I don't think I normally notice that. I noticed that in this little episode. It's like, ooh, he told her to shut up. Why? Ooh.
Yeah, tell the lady to sit down and shut up. Yeah, later he's, it's one of those things like, oh, I like this one. It's like, screw you. So yeah, I feel like, okay, to start with, I feel like saying that this was written at all is kind of generous, but I feel like this was written by people who just don't think very hard about what they're writing, so.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The only bit of writing I really did like was at the end when Megatron says he says roll out. Like the way he worded it, it's like he was being sassy to Prime, and that was fun.
Yeah, the sass was a lot more fun than the we're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have done without so much of that.
While punching is happening.
Yeah. They were having a boxing match. What? Why?
No, that's even giving it too much credit. They were rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really...
Megatron was doing a little bit of footwork stuff there.
The entirely unexplained and meaningless fight of the Constructicons versus Megatron earlier in the episode had way better fight choreography.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of neat.
Other than punching.
I mean, that was sort of neat because it had the whole smoke screen effect going too.
Yeah. Because surprisingly, the guy with the bucket-shaped head and the broad chest with the Decepticon symbol on it is Megatron.
That reveal, I was not expecting that reveal.
I wasn't
Not at all.
expecting it after they said only one being can help us now at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Because apparently you can't just shoot the Enigma of combination. You need to shoot it with a black hole-powered cannon.
Well, you know.
Although I'm not actually expecting them to bring up the black hole-powered cannon. Just, Megatron is super strong, yo.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else can use the black hole powered cannon as well as James Roberts did, so I feel like the black hole powered cannon has run its course.
Wait, have any Combiner limbs had lines in this series yet?
No.
Okay.
Just, no. That is not a thing that has happened. It is a Combiner Wars series that is entirely about Windblade and Optimus Prime and Megatron. One of whom isn't actually even getting a Combiner Wars toy, and two of whom...
Wait. Right. Windblade isn't, yeah.
Yeah, Windblade doesn't even have like a Combiner Wars toy. Megatron did have that Megatron, and Optimus had that mediocre Optimus. Two of them had Combiner Wars toys that did not look anything like the models that they used. I mean, I guess that Megatron did a little.
Yeah, he has sort of had the tread bits on the back, but...
And then at the end,
the new Megatron toy is going to look a lot more like that one, but still not entirely.
Yeah. I expected him to just turn into a gun and fly off as a gun, like a, hey, Shockwave occasionally did that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been amazing?
That would have been so amazing. That would have been so G1. It was like, God, it was like when Perceptor would just turn into a microscope. Now the toy had treads, so it's not entirely unreasonable, but Perceptor would just turn into a car-sized microscope and drive away. Which happened at the end of The Gambler, actually.
Huh.
He's just, I think that was something where my roommate was like passing through the room when I had it on, and he looked at that and he was like, God damn it. No, you can't just do that. So, yeah, sadly, he turned into an actual tank and didn't just fly off as a gun. But, yeah, that sure was a couple episodes that existed entirely to have questionably staged fighting.
Yeah. There was one line I did simultaneously love and hate.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it because of the line itself, hated it because of the line that immediately came before it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Megatron saying, "Are you asking me for help? Because whatever it is, no."
Yeah.
What I didn't like is that the line that preceded it was, "We need your help."
Yeah. That was pretty good then. So, yep, that continues to be Combiner Wars.
Yep.
I am curious to see when we will get more Also, I would like to point out that of the Combiners who have been in it so far, one of them is barely even a proper release. Computron's only getting like a Tail Ender box set release.
Oh yeah, he's an online exclusive, was he? I think.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that might be the one that was, with Entertainment Earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, what the heck? It's the least Combiner Wars series ever.
At least it's a Combiner Wars toy that's in the show that you can get now without having to buy things that have been out for a year.
Yeah.
I suppose that is a good point.
Or more than a year in the case of Devastator.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anything else to say on that particular subject?
I've got my fingers crossed that it'll get better, but I wouldn't put money on it.
The fourth episode, I think, might be the most interesting so far.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda, but
yeah.
low bar.
By which you mean it was interesting at all?
Megatron had a personality.
I would say that after Computron got killed, Megatron was the first part of the series that I've enjoyed.
I would say after Computron got killed, Megatron is the first character who showed up that has a more than one-dimensional personality.
Well, Starscream kinda did. Well, the problem is, like, the preview trailer with Starscream was way better than Starscream in the episode so far.
Yeah.
So, yep, that was some Combiner Wars. I guess we'll see what else we have next week to talk about. Maybe more Combiner Wars, but...
Yeah, we'll probably have a comic next... Wait, oh no, when was the last More Than Meets the Eye?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, so not yet. So I guess we'll get...
Not yet for that, but maybe Adjectiveless will be out soon. And some Revolution stuff.
According to Comixology pull list, Adjectiveless will be out next week.
Okay. And hey, if it comes down to it, hey, Twitter people, go on Twitter and contact us, mention us at IaconUG, and tell us if you want us to read through any of the Revolution books, and which ones. Because, we know about toy stuff.
Yes, we do.
Up to varying degrees. So yeah, I think that will be it for this week then. We will be back to talk about whatever news happens in the meantime next week, and hopefully, Adjectiveless Transformers. Until then, this has been Jen.
And Alex.
And David.
Yay, back to World of Warcraft.
Iacon Underground Radio is the flagship podcast of the Iacon Underground Radio Network. We are hosted online at iaconunderground.net, where you can view links and photos relevant to whatever we've talked about today. You can also find us on Twitter at IaconUG, and on Facebook as Iacon Underground Radio, and on Tumblr as Iacon Underground.